I would understand everything in English, but I couldn't speak fluently. I was scared of making mistakes because I thought others would laugh at me. I knew I needed to fight this fear in order to become fluent, but I didn't know what I should do. However, I didn't give up. I kept trying and followed the tips I'm about to share with you, and they worked. Now I don't feel shy or scared anymore, and above all, I am fluent.
English language is divided into input skills and output skills. Input skills are the ones that we learn through consumption, like reading and listening. On the other hand, we learn output skills through practice. It includes writing and speaking. Most of us start learning English in school, and our education system is mostly input based. We listen to our teachers, we learn grammar rules, and we read textbooks. It's all just consuming the language. We don't get any speaking practice. That's why when we graduate, we are able to understand English very well, but we can't speak it fluently. But don't worry, because there is a solution to this problem, which is practice. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations and practice your speaking. The best way to do that is to go to the US or UK. But what are some other creative ways we can practice if we don't have enough resources to go to those countries? Thank God, I got 3 ways for you to practice that I have used throughout my English learning journey. But before that, let me ask you something. What do you think is the best way to practice when you are alone? I was in this situation. I knew I must practice my speaking, otherwise my English would not improve, but I had no one to talk with. After watching some YouTube videos, I discovered that I didn't need anyone. I could practice with myself. So every day in the evening, I would lock my room door, I would sit down and talk to myself for 15 minutes. In the beginning, it felt weird, but after doing it for a few days, I got used to it. This really improved my fluency. There is a problem with this method though. See, no one is there to correct your mistakes. If I made grammar mistakes or mispronounced words while talking with myself, there was just no one to correct those mistakes for me. It made my progress very slow. That's why I tried to make friends from other countries so that I practice with them and become fluent faster. I recommend you do the same. But how did I find English partners to practice with them? That's a really good question. I use Facebook to find English partners. Here is how I do it. I log into Facebook, I go to the Facebook search bar and type in English speaking groups. And boom, there are a lot of English groups that you can join. Remember, don't just join groups and disappear. Instead, try to be active in those groups, post there, comment on other posts, and share your story and your struggles with them. Eventually, you will meet new people and become friends with them. I know it takes some effort to follow this method, but once you make a bunch of good friends, it will be a lot easier for you to invite them to have calls with you. Your English will improve, you will get feedback, and you will become fluent. There is also a third way you can practice your speaking. Start your own YouTube channel. I know it sounds challenging and it might not be for everyone, but without a doubt, it's one of the best ways to practice your English speaking. I have been creating videos on YouTube for over a year now. It has changed my English completely. If you watch my first video and compare it with this one, I made lots of grammar mistakes back then and I was too shy, which is embarrassing. Anyways, find a topic you are interested in and start making videos about it. If you want, you can watch detailed tutorials of experts on how to start a YouTube channel properly. Now you know the best methods for your speaking practice, but there is still something that is holding you back: fear of mistakes. If you don't overcome it, I hate to say, your English will not improve. Imagine a guy named John. John knows the best tips and methods for learning English, but he is still not fluent. Do you know why? Because he is scared to speak. John thinks others would laugh at him if he makes mistakes. John fails and his English does not improve because he does not take any action. It's totally normal to make grammar mistakes or feel nervous when you are learning a language. I know I made lots of mistakes and I probably still make them, but it doesn't stop me from speaking English, and that is what's important. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations, face your fears, practice your English speaking by using tip 1, 2, or 3. Don't just focus on input skills, but also focus on your output skills. Put in the goddamn work, and after a few months, you will be fluent. If you want to take your English to the next level with us, join our community by subscribing to this channel down below. I'll be creating fresh content for you in the upcoming weeks. Until then, goodbye and best of luck.